Hello everybody, just working on some setups. I had some requests for the Porsche here at COTA and also McLaren at ZOLDER. So I'm gonna try to see if I can see what's going on. I haven't driven the Porsche in a little while. Haven't been at COTA too much either, really. I really like COTA. I think it's pretty fun. Just kind of warming up, just putting the old setup on to see what it's doing. See if I can make it any better or faster. Do a few laps. So easy to be out of bounds here, especially going through the S's. Felt like a little lockup. real bad. Tires need to be adjusted a little. Not real bad. See if I can do any better here, but probably not. Wide. It's actually better than my best with the Porsche here, so not real bad. Adjust the tires a little bit. Hey Alice, how you doing? Hope everybody can hear me okay. Yeah, Brandon was saying something about the on Discord that the car was understeering through the S's and on the tight corners. So maybe a teeny bit, but I have it understeering maybe on the tad side, because if you have it over rotating through the messes, it'll be like a tail wagging a dog. I mean, it'll You can lose it so easy going through there anyway. But yeah, make a few adjustments. I see some things that I don't like, so we can try some stuff and see if it helps. That's actually faster than what my personal best, not personal best, but my best in the Porsche, I should say, by a good amount, probably about a half a second. I think my best before was a 207 flat, and that's a 206.5, so that's actually a pretty good jump. I guess maybe I don't know. It's the same. I just use the same setup, so it's kind of weird. But maybe it's the wheelbase. Maybe it's my new base. I guess I don't know. I don't understand why I picked up a half a second, but I mean, yeah, is what it is. I'll take it. Feels good. You know, if it as far as on the feedback and all that kind of stuff, it feels good. So get the wear, nothing real bad. No, no. I mean, let's see. I'll go up one here in the front, go down in the back, or go down in the wing, keep everything else the same, see if that changes anything. Add a little bit of negative toe, help turn in, because I'm going to increase the negative camber just a teeny bit. So that'll help. If the front is understeering, that'll help. A little bit more in the rear, but I'm going to take a lot of this out. I'm going to take, see what we can do with this positive toe. We'll just put it back to like, take half of that out. Hey, there he is. There's a fast guy. How you doing? How you doing, John? So, let's see. Like I said, he said it was understeering in the S's and on the tight, all those real tight corners. So, just do a few little adjustments, but I don't think that increase some of this a little bit. Go down here. So, leave this alone. Just trying some different settings, see if it'll help or not. So, basically, what we're trying to do is get the car to react as far as turn in. So, again, trying to help put just a little bit more negative toe in there to try to help the car turn in a little bit better. Because you got those real tight turns here. Things got to really react really, really good. Because you're kind of turning back on yourself on those turns. And then a negative camber, he said it was understeering in the S's, so that'll help some of that. A little bit more, just a little bit more negative camber and caster. We'll see how this does on the toe on the rear of the car. We'll see, add a little bit negative camber so it can rotate a little bit too, a little bit more. But other than that, leave all, that's a good point to start. ABS, I'm going to take some of the ABS out. Drop it down, leave everything else the same. Of course, that's the same here. For right now, I think we'll just leave this the way it is. Just go up a teeny bit. Went up in the bump stop rate in the front. So it keeps the aero balance a little bit better, especially in the S's. Just a little bit higher bump stop rate, and lower the ones in the rear to see if it get. We lowered it in the rear, but we also went up in the springs, and that's to be a little bit more linear with the spring rate. As far as the spring rate's a lot more linear than a bump stop rate. Bump stop rate is very straight up and down. So again, I'm trying to get the car to grip in the back, but still be stiff when it needs to be stiff. And added a little bit of anti-roll bar to get the car to rotate and diff too. So again, changing a few good amount of things. And here too, I mean, a little bit more clearance in the front, but lowered the wing. So we'll just see how it reacts. Again, still probably one of my favorite cars to drive. Just really enjoy the Porsche. It really fits the way I like to drive. I just wish it had just a little bit more grip compared to the other cars. It just doesn't feel as grippy. Plus the bouncing thing, I don't know, I still don't know why it does that. Too bad for cold tires. Still got to work on my setup for my league race. I did a little bit, but it's still I got more work to do on that. So I got to do that sometime, obviously, sometime tonight or something, because I got that's tomorrow. Trying to keep up with these Ferraris and McLarens. Of course, I think Chris Moses is going to be super fast in the Lamborghini there too. That fits that car really good. See how it does. I'm really concerned about the turn in, because that can kill you if you turn in and it doesn't react like it's supposed to. Not too bad. I forgot to adjust the tires, I think. A little bit. It's hard to tell when the tires aren't up, when they're not fully up yet. You got to give it a break to let it, give it time to start getting some pressure. again, you're battling balance of the car, plus going through the S's and things like that, where it's not overdoing it. It's kind of snappy. See, that's the point. You get at car 2. Rotating too much. Take out a little bit, brake, a little bit more bias in it. Still not a bad time for me. Don't like the turn-in. Losing time through there bad. I just don't think it has a grip. Do one more. check the video and see what it gains on the straightaway. Probably very little. Lost all of it. I got it back. It's a better lap. Let's see what it does. Go up a couple here, a couple there, a couple here, and a couple there. Go up 0.2 everywhere. Hey, Apollo. I hope everybody can hear me okay, or hear the audio. So let's see. Yeah, tire wear is not too bad. Looks pretty good actually. I really am not a big fan of the turn-in. Let's take some of the diff back out. Let's just a little. Let's go back to where that might be some of the S's issue. Just take a little bit out. Sometimes that'll make you feel like an understeer if you're changing directions like that. If you got too much diff. Lower the rear, lower the front all the way down. Compromise. Let me see if, yeah, just lower the rear one, but lower the front is a big change. See here. Everything else looks pretty good. A little more rear end negative camber, help the rear end, help it turn a little bit. And we can check Motec, see what that says. Shouldn't be too far off, I wouldn't think, but oh yeah, it's got some off. Yeah. Yeah, bumps off. Probably because I increased the bump stop rate. It's pretty far off too, really, to be honest. So we need to, let's go up a good amount here on that. This needs to come down. This is way too high. See if that helps at all. Guess I need to change this a little bit. Maybe that. Okay. Yeah, I mean they're off. But, you know, again, you start changing bump stop rates and ranges and springs, and it's gonna throw stuff off. So again, that's why you always got to check it multiple times. Yeah, let's do that. And this needs to come down. Also, just we're at 20, so now we're at 30. So see if that helps that part. Well, let's see if that helps or hurts. Hope everybody's having a good day. Planning for some races. I'm curious. We're gonna check it out, though. We're gonna see. Because here I like more wing than less, just because you need the grip. But let's check this out. Let's look at the video. So there's that one. Let's see the speed difference down the back straight. $160. It's not real bad. And this is my fast lap. And this is with the 8 wing, so this will tell us, yeah, 1 mile an hour. So it's 1 mile an hour. 161 to 160. Hey, how's everybody doing? I said hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Hear the audio all right. Any issues or with it or anything, let me know. I can try to mess with it. I'm losing time here on this with the lower wing through here. I think it's because the car's not rotating as fast. Again, you lose here, gain here. So again, that's where you're trying to balance it out. Let's look through the S's. See what it looks like through the S's. Let tire lock up. Not too bad. Leans a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, again, you're looking at 1 mile an hour. So, let's go back to a 10 and see what that does. Or a 9. Let's try a 9 wing. Let's see. Let's go up on the sway bars, both front and rear, to trying to keep the car flat. All right, well, see if it works. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Race what? I mean, depends. I don't know what you're. I don't have a league race today, so that I don't have. I got my league race tomorrow, so I got to do that. I got to get ready for that too. Like I said, I got my setup partially. It's at Kyalami. Got partially done for the BMW, but definitely needs more work. With all these fast guys. Turn down TC2 a little bit, see if it helps a little bit. See, this is where you really need the wing, is through this last sector. Through here. Looks like it's got a little bit of oversteer, but can't really tell anything until you get some pressures up and things like that. I knew I'd cut that. Almost feels too oversteery. Tires look good. bad. Ah, just barely hit it. Go, go, go. Mess that up. Still better lap. Do one more. Do better in this last sector this time. Too deep. pretty consistent. Still feels like it's not turning in the way I want it to, or it's getting a little understeery. Just that initial turn in. Shoot. Thank you for the feedback. Let me know everything's okay with the audio and everything. Yeah, I love the Porsche. It's still probably it's definitely in the top 3 of my favorite cars for sure. I mean, I've lost a little luster for it just because it just doesn't feel like it has the grip that it used to have. So that's ever since they did the 1.9. Or even to me, other cars feel like they have more grip. So I just wish I had equal grip to what the other cars have. I mean, that would be fine with me, to be honest. But it's definitely it's got more time in it. I mean, this thing, you saw it. I mean, it's getting close to low 206s. I mean, I don't think it's really that bad, to be honest. It does feel a lot freer down through the S's. As free as I think I can stand it, because if you get it too free, it's gonna flip on you. If you get it to where, because what's gonna do is it's gonna go through the S, and when you change directions, the back end's gonna try to swap. You just can't. It's a real fine edge right there. So it does feel a little freer now through the S's. Just not thrilled with it on the tight turns, those real tight turns. If I just had a little more, I think it would be, you could gain a little bit more time. Tempted to go up to a 10 wing, because see, that's the thing. I'm trying to get the car to react in those slower turns. I don't care about the straightaway speed. I mean, 1 mile an hour or half a mile an hour, that's nothing. This track, you got to be able to grip through the corners. I mean, you have to have the grip. Let me go one more and just do that. I'm gonna try to take the sway bar out of the front. One more click, man. I hope that's not over the edge there, but I'm gonna try that, because that's, in the slower turns, when you have, we got more bar in the back, but in the slower turns, if you got too much bar, it just wants to understeer a little bit. But then you need it though when you're going through the S's, because you're changing them directions and you need the car to stay flat. So again, it's a real fine line. And what you don't want is going through those S's and feel like the car is getting wound up like a spring, because that's when one time it's gonna release and it's gonna basically come around. So I don't want to do that. So let's see. Everything else looks good. Let's try this. Oh, I gotta go up to fresh tires. All the tire pressures. That's another thing here. They get hot really quick. Track really gets hot, so I'd knock those down a teeny bit. I had a 206 like 17 or 18 in my Delta there, so it's much faster than what I had before. I think my fast lap before I started this was a 207 flat, so that's a pretty good gain. I'm not saying it's all in the setup. I think some of it might be in my wheel. So I haven't run it since, with the new setup with the Porsche here at COTA. So I think that makes a big difference. You got to be, you know, really putting the car where you need to put it. It's so easy to be out of bounds. See, it does it. See, it looks a little flatter there. The car looks flatter going through there, so I like that. Going through those S's, the car looked pretty flat. Dude, here it looks pretty flat. Teeny bit of lock up there. Let's see what the speed is here. 161. So it's still 161, even with the 9 wing. But this is where you really need the extra wing, because that's when this is where you need the car to really rotate and be aggressive. This whole third sector. And you can't do that unless you got some got some grip. You just can't. The car wants to slide too much, and you lose all this time like I did in this third sector. So I'm kind of hoping that and adding a little bit will be better there. Okay, so let's go out again and see if hopefully this will work. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I got a new wheel. I just got to get it going on here, so I got to work on that sometime too. So I'm gonna put a new wheel on here. It's really nice. See, it feels like it's got more grip just with that one click in the wing. Of course, not when you've got tires aren't up to pressure yet. You always got to watch it with them. That's what's so easy to get so many out of bounds in the first lap or so because tires are just not there. Place like this or Valencia or places is so easy to get out of bounds. Acts a little oversteery when it's cold. All these tight turns, you really need a thing to turn fast. want to turn there. This third sector doesn't feel like it's got a lot of grip either, and you're going offline where it's gray and feels better through here. How much we lose here. Alright, let's do one more. Right. right. That might be a personal best. I'll have to look. Awesome. Well, see it. You go up a wing and then you get faster. At least where it counts. Yeah. That's why I love the Porsche sound. Always have. Even the other Porsches, they all are unique. The Cup car, the older model, the 991 model, they all sound really good. Let's see what the wear is. Good. Not too bad. Oh, I think it's really good. Happy with that. Of course, I go down to 53 on the brake bias. So I'll just go down to that. But, you know, I usually start in 54 just to give the tires, because it's already kind of oversteery in the beginning anyway. Probably should go over Motec again. Yeah, let me see what's... Just to check it. See how close we are. Well, it's a lot better. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot better than it was. It was way off before, so it's a lot closer now. So happy with that. We can go up one click here on that rebound and maybe another click or so on the fast. So we'll go one here and one here. There we go. That'll get it closer. It's a little still too high on the bump. We'll just go down one. Should be close. Let's see. And maybe another click on the fast rebound. That's still too high, really, to be honest. Just go down to... So there we go. I think it's a little even better. Get a little closer. And those adjustments really help, because that's a really good time for me, especially race pace, not even qualifying, and not, you know, 23 degree, you know, it's not like it's absolute perfect condition, so it'll definitely go faster. Yeah, pretty much happy with it all the way around. Make this a setup. Let's go over it. First, you can see, you know, 25.3, 25 left rear, 25.7 right front, 25.3 right rear. Toes negative 1.3, cambers negative 3.6, caster 11. Toe on the rear is positive 0.1 with the camber at negative 2.9. I don't think you really need more rotation, but you could probably maybe go to negative 3, but I probably really wouldn't do anything. Electronics 3, 2, and 3. Of course, number 1 brake pad. 3 on the anti-roll bar. That wasn't too bad. Just, again, be careful on the S's, because I could barely feel it like it's getting ready to wind up. So you don't, again, you know, you got to really be careful through there. I wouldn't go any less than that, because in the S's, it's just going to wind up too much like a spring, and then it's going to come around on you, especially. So just be careful there. You could go up 1, but it'll probably slow you down, but it'll be more consistent. 53 on the brake bias, 12 steering ratio. Springs on the front are 141,500. Bump stop rate 900. Bump stop range 10. And on the rear, the springs are 174,500 with a bump stop rate of 600 and a bump stop range of 30. Anti-roll bars 4 and the preload 80. Probably this, I think it was 90 in the original setup. I think between the sway bar and just taking one click out of that, it does feel freer through the S's. So again, as free as I want it, I don't want it any freer, because it's just too easy to lose it. Shocks 2157 on the front and 1168 on the rear. Aero 53 all the way down on the front, 63 in the rear with a 10 wing and a 4 and a 4 in the brake ducts. Front aero variation is 6.9 to the positive. The only thing less is we took the ride height. We took one click. That was 64, I think, in the original. Other than that, it's all the same. But see, I added some negative toe. So we do had some negative toe, so that helps to turn in. So that, and of course we did add some negative camber and caster. So compared to the original other setup. So let's make this so you see this is the original, the 9.2. There we go. Save that. And of course, I will put a link to that in the description of this video. And also, of course, I will also put it in my Discord. Let's take a look at a lap. Let's see what the speed is. We did a 10 wing, so let's see if it's back down to 160. Oh yeah, it'll be on my channel on the live section. You got to click on the live because you got videos and then you got live. You got to click on the live part to see the streams. But it'll be on my channel. And of course, again, I'll put the setup part, the link on the Discord. Now you can see it leans a little bit more on the front. That's why I said that's about max. You just see I think with the 4, I liked it a little better, but not as fast. So sometimes what you like isn't as fast. I think it's just because, it makes it easier to drive, makes it a little bit more stable, but you got to go with where the performance is sometimes. See a little bit of lockup. You might want to go back up to 3 on the ABS just to help with that. Especially unless the track's grippier, like at a nighttime, because this track, in the heat, obviously it's Texas. Once it gets more heat, it starts losing grip pretty quick. And that, it's 160, but it was almost 161. I mean, I thought it was gonna, I thought it was gonna click 161 there for a second. It's close. Oh, it's solid 160, so you're not even losing a mile an hour, probably a half a mile an hour. So yeah, I'll take the extra grip all day, every day, especially through here, because I was compared to before. I mean, now I'm picking up time going through the 3rd sector, where before I was struggling, and I think I could do even better through there. I slipped a little bit here and there, but you can be more aggressive through this last sector. A lot of guys will lose it through there because they're just, the car's not, they're trying to get the straight line and not really, worry about the 3rd sector where you need grip. But yeah, we'll check and see what the 205.87. We'll see what my personal best is here, and of course that might be a qualifying lap too. And this isn't. So really happy with that. See, because you can see here, that was my fast lap before in the Porsche at 207.00 flat. So I mean, I picked up over a second. I mean, that's a pretty good amount for me. For me, I think it's a pretty good amount. Let's see what my yeah, that's my all-time personal best. Before it was a 206.27 in the older Porsche, and that's with the old update. So, matter of fact, I beat the real record is 205.95, and I had a 205.87. So, yeah, I mean, I'm real happy with that. I think it's a big gain, especially since I don't drive the Porsche near what I used to drive. I mean, I drove the Porsche all the time before. Now I don't drive it as much, unfortunately. So I think that's I'm really happy with that. Really, really happy with that. Again, I ran a 206 like 5 something with the exact same setup that I ran the 207. So I ran with the exact same setup I did this. I ran about a half a second faster. So I don't know why. I don't get that, to be honest. Same conditions, pretty much. It should be the same conditions, same everything. So I really don't understand that. The only thing that's changed is my wheelbase. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why it would why that would gain that much, but I mean, okay, I'll take it. Of course, the setup, we improved upon the setup, so I think now the rest of it went down. We gained another almost 3/4 of a second even after that. So yeah, we gained a good amount. Real happy with that. What does anybody want to do next? Let me see. Somebody mentioned a race. I don't even know if they got any races. It's 10 minutes. If it's any good, let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, good conditions. Well, let's put it to the test, right? Let's see. Writing down my number. Otherwise, I'll forget it. Can't remember that long numbers. So I mean, maybe hopefully y'all like to do that. I don't know. I might not even be able to do a race because I'll get taken out first corner. So LFM, they're wild. So, but we can see what we can do anyway. And then after that, I better get my crew chief up and going.
Radio check.
So what Porsche do we want to run? Yeah, I don't remember if they're just GT3. It might be just GT3. I think it's just GT3 for them. What Porsche do we want to do? Any suggestions? I could just run my car, but nobody else sees it. That's the only problem with that. I like racing. A lot of times I do. I got this off a race department. I like this car, the Grillo. That car's cool looking. I think that's what they ran at Spa. I think. Thing looks awesome. I love that car. I wish they'd come out with it on a model. If they'd come out that with a model, I'd get that. I'd order that in a heartbeat. I got the original one, the 2018 model, but the 991.1. But I'd like to get this one. But I didn't know if there's a certain car anybody wants for me to use. Of course I got mine, but like I said, nobody sees it. They don't see my liveries. So yeah, auto art. Yeah, no, I'd be curious to see what they came out with too. An auto art one, it'd be kind of nice. I haven't seen them with a GT GT3 car in forever. As far as the Porsche, I mean. But like I said, I'm not sure what if you guys want to see a certain. I got a lot of good ones. I like that one. That's a cool looking car. That's a nice one. Herbert, that's kind of cool looking. Well, that's a nice one. I've run this one before. This runs over here in the States. That's a kind of a cool looking car. I like that one too. But yeah, they got a lot of nice cars as far as I don't never have liked this one though. Don't like the color scheme on that. Don't really care for that one either. What else? That's kind of cool too. I kind of like that too. That's kind of nice. I've always liked orange. That's a nice color combination. I've always liked the dynamics too. I always love their color combinations with the green and the contrast with the satin colors. I've always liked their color combos. I always thought they looked good. So I've always liked them cars. Wish they were doing better this year, but still like them. But yeah, there's a lot of nice ones. Of course, you wouldn't see that either because that's a custom livery too. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many nice ones out there. It's crazy. But we'll figure it out. I think I'll just oh yeah, that one too. I forgot about that one. Um, where's the one I'm looking for? Yeah, I might just stick with that. I did that before. It's over here in this, like I said, it races over here in the States. It's kind of cool looking. Oh, I might just stick with that for right now. Guess I need to put my livery in LFM. I just haven't ever messed around and putting it in there. I know, and I kind of hate seeing black cars all the time, and so I don't like doing it either. Let's get this set up for the next. Got asked for some help at Zolder with the McLaren. Nice looking. That's the one I usually use. Again, I got that from Race Department. I think it looks really nice. So I haven't run there at all with the McLaren because you can see it just shows a Bentley, so that's old. So that's I haven't even run this car there. So we'll have to pretty much start from scratch and see what we can do as far as working on a setup. See what the a few more minutes, I thought anyway. Hope everybody's doing good. Should have a video coming out soon today, or should be out maybe today, this afternoon. About I had a request for some help for the Huracan EVO 2 at Mount Panorama and a track guide. So I did as detailed as I could do track guide for Mount Panorama with the Huracan EVO 2, and of course it applies to a lot of cars. So and I did the new setup for it, so it ran really good. So kind of made me miss the Huracan Evo 2 a little bit. It was running really good there. So that'll be coming out soon. Hey Warren, evening. But yeah, I mean, I had a request for it. Like I said, for the help for the Mount Panorama. That place could be so technical and everything. So I just, like I said, I really went through every single corner, every little thing for as far as braking points, what to go off of, for turn-ins, and just everything I could do that I go by. And of course, then I worked on an updated setup for the Huracan to make it even a lot better. So I'm really happy with it because it did really good. Man, and I actually did really good, like all the way for a long time. I mean, basically through the whole stint, I think it did its fastest lap on like the eighth lap or something like that. So I love seeing that, and that means it's holding its pace really good. See how many servers are in if you're in the first or second. I mean, my score isn't that high, so I don't know what group we'll be in. So, like I said, we might not even make it past turn one. That's why I don't, I need to do more live streaming with LFM and things like that. But, it's such a hit and miss. I mean, you talk about Russian roulette. I mean, it's just, you know, these guys are so aggressive through here. It's like I got to completely switch my whole way of thinking compared to racing in these seniors, where it's just so much funner to race and you have respect through everybody. And, people don't want to wreck. They want to finish the race. They want, they really know their bounds. And there's not an LFM. There's just, I mean, it's just people overdrive like absolutely crazy overdrive. Yeah, diff can make a big difference. I mean, main thing with the diff is when you're changing directions. That's when you got to really be careful, because if you have too much diff, it also depends on the car. But I mean, if you have too much diff, it just really messes that up. When you're having like the S's at Silverstone or the S's at Suzuka or the S's here at COTA. I mean, you really got to be careful, because if you have too much diff, it'll do funky things. I mean, it'll give you understeer in places, and it'll just but you need enough, because if you don't have enough diff, then what happens is you're coming off corners and the cars want it. You feel like it's an oversteer because the diff's not locking up, and you're having to counter steer, and you're losing time. You're not getting the drive coming off the turn. So again, there's a fine line there. So you got to just really watch it. Plus, I think it adds to your consistency as far as having enough diff. If you take too much out, I think it hurts your consistency, because the diff, depending upon how you're going through the corner, might be locking up or not locking up. And then at one time you go through, it's not too bad, and the next time you go through, and you're what the heck's going on, that type of thing. And it's just you end up just getting into all kinds of issues. So yeah, it's just you're better to run a little bit on the high side most of the time with a diff. But again, there's always exceptions. But yeah, never know what's going to happen. LFM, it's wild. So, and I'm not, one thing is I'm disappointed about with me is I just don't qualify well. I'm not a great qualifier, I guess. I don't usually, unless I got a setup that's just really, you know, nails on. I mean, I just usually don't qualify up in the front. So, and especially here, I mean, turn one is, again, nightmare for wrecking. There we go. Let's see if we're in one or two. Ah, we're in one. Uh, Look at all the Porsches. Look at me, number 18. So I'm near the bottom. Don't recognize anybody. I don't know if anybody else recognizes anybody, but I don't recognize anybody. Surprised there's only one Lamborghini. And Lamborghini should be good here. Probably should have hoped that I was in the number 2 tier. I'll be at the rear of the field in here. But we'll see what we can do. I haven't raced here in a while. I still like COTA. It's interesting. It's really a technical track to me.
That's the end of the session, E5.
Yeah, we got about a 20-car field, so see a lot of black cars are made under custom liveries. That's too bad. Temperatures only got a fast track, so let's just knock this down a little bit. For pressures. All right, let everybody take off and get in each other's way.
Exit's clear. Don't cross the white line. Okay, Steve, we've got 10 minutes to get a decent lap in. You've got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to go.
Of course, it's a fast track, so it's not optimal, so it's not going to have as much grip. So we'll have to see how it goes. wait a couple laps before I start pushing harder. It'd be nice if the track would come in a little bit more too with the cars on the track. I don't know, but it will. Again, just let's see if I can get a decent finish.
You fastest lap for
Back in line.
04.70.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Flying.
Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. Yellow flag is sector 1. Sector 1 is green.
Yeah, they are flying.
E6, sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace. You're a tenth off the pace in sector 1.
Adjust my tire pressures.
Yellow flag, right stage, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Incident clear, green flag.
Oh shoot, too deep. Blew my whole lap. Tires aren't coming up to pressure. It's weird.
Track limits. That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel. E10.
I think we do better this time.
Yellow flag.
Oh.
Green flag. You're clear of the incident.
I feel like it's got grip. Track is not getting any grip level.
Okay, Steve, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 2 is 1.0 seconds off the pace.
Middle of the field.
We're running on fumes, mate.
No, I'll make another lap.
Sector 1 is 0.27 off the pace. Very little fuel left.
Oh, crap. Yeah, this on it.
Yellow flag.
I had a better lap going, but just messed it up. Let's adjust this. See if we can do any better. Still feels like there's got no grip. It might have more grip once you get the fuel in it. That's like 3 point something. Yeah, it'd be nice to win, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. These guys are really, really fast. But if I can get a good finish, I'll be very happy. Figure out what we're going to do for fuel. I said I'm about right in the middle of the field. Said I'm only ranked 18th, so it's way down here at the bottom. Porsche's first, second, and third.
That's the end of the session. P12.
Sure hope it goes more optimum.
P12.
No,
25 minutes.
Still fast. See, this is where you tempted to do stuff because the car doesn't react the way you want it to. It just
Track temp is 28. The air temp is 25 Celsius.
I'm gonna go down on the springs all the way around. So it keeps everything still kosher as far as the balance, because it's keeping it. You're making changes all the way around, but maybe give it a chance to give it a little bit more grip. It just feels like it's skating around, and that's one thing I hate about the Porsche with this. It just doesn't feel near grippy enough. Let's see. That should be enough fuel. More than enough. Probably too much, but you don't have to do a warm-up lap, so we should be good there. So, but again, the track's only fast. I might go optimum as you get going, but you know, who knows when that's going to happen. I'll go up one in my ABS. See, this is why I always do a setup like this. I do it on a temporary file, so that way it never messes up my main setup. It always stays the same as what I originally had it done, and you just adjust it and keep it, you know, on this. I do stuff like this when I'm during a race, so it doesn't mess up my main setup. Because you're going to make changes. You're going to change things. You're going to change the balance. You're going to change, you know, fuel load. You're going to change little things to try to fit the track conditions, and you don't want to have a different file where you messes it up. Let the Wild West begin, right? I like that on the M4 in front of me. That looks really nice.
Follow car number 13.
Well, I hope it's a good race. It's the only thing I hope for.
Green, car left. Clear left. You're on the right, 3 wide. Still there. Car left. Clear left. Left side. Left side. 3 wide, clear left. Car left. Car left. Still there. On your left. Hold your line. Clear left. Okay, Steve. Let's see what we can salvage from this, mate. Left side. Clear left.
That hurt. I already got track limit warning.
Car left.
Jeez.
Clear left. Clear left. On your left. Still there. You're in the middle. He's still there. Clear right. Car left. You're in the middle, 3 wide. Clear right.
Golly, I'm always 3 wide.
That's barely a scratch, just ignore it.
get a few spots.
Right side's clear.
Yeah, I'm just trying to dodge everybody.
Okay, Steve, the next car is
Separate.
on your right. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear right.
Can't even get a clean lap. Maybe this time I can.
That's 20 minutes to go.
Oh, shoot.
Left 3 wide, you're on the right. Clear left. Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
That was a dive bomb. He's braking really early.
Fastest lap for
SPL.
205.00.
See, I can't even get a clean lap. I thought I was going to get one this last time, but I didn't.
Right side's clear. Come on, Steve, nicely done.
we can catch anybody else. We'll try.
In front is now 8.0 seconds.
I didn't even look how much damage I have. One of these times I'll look at it and see how much.
Behind is increasing. It's now 1.4 seconds.
I didn't even see I didn't have that up. Try to hit my marks. Wish I wouldn't have got hit in the beginning because that's what I lost all the positions.
Okay, Steve, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. This is okay. Keep those exit speeds up.
That just threw me right to the back and they hit me in the S's.
New fastest lap for
SVL
2:04.60. Behind is now 3.6.
Need those guys to fight up there so I can try to see if I can make up some time. They start fighting. Yep, I'm catching him. I don't know if I have enough time.
Gap to Rask behind is now 3.6 seconds.
Say it's consistent. I mean, my times are really close to the same times.
Alright Steve, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. 14th.
Like I said, it'd be nice if they were mixing it up. I would catch them even faster. That's what I really need, but they're just kind of following along. Okay, Steve, that's good consistency. Keep it up. guy behind me gets a drive-through.
That's your fastest lap.
You stay on my Delta. It's gonna be tough, but
Okay, Steve, enough chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. You're reeling? In. The gap's now 2.4 seconds.
yeah, they haven't fought at all. They're just following each other. Two laps.
The gap's turned brass. Behind us now.
See, now they're gonna fight.
Alright. Right side's clear. It's into sector 3. Sector 3's yellow. We can see Bernstein has gone off. Sector 3 is clear.
Whoa. Dang it.
Alright, Steve. Hold your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
Hit me in the back.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Sector 3. Sector 3 is clear. Green flag. We think has been it.
Assuming this is the last lap, but maybe not. Oh, one more lap. No, where can I get him?
Clear right, car right. Clear right.
Dang it. That was my fault, but gotta try. He's geeking.
That's the end of the race.
I got that back. He was geeking like crazy. I was afraid I was going to hit him. Yeah, that was just a bad move on my part. But I was trying, you know. I mean, I know it's faster than AMG, but just trying to get around him. I knew we were going to bump. Last lap, last half a lap. Save the replay. You'll watch that here in a minute. Yeah, it probably was hurting. The springs were probably hurting at the end because the track was back to optimum. But, you know, it felt a lot better through the race than it did in qualifying. So I think that was the right move. So, again, you know, the springs are good as long as the track's optimum. But if the track's fast or green, I would go one click down on all the way around. It just, the balance felt a lot better by far. Thanks, Apollo. Hope everybody enjoyed that. I wish I could have done better, but you know, that's the way it goes. You just got, you know, got hit. Finished 12th. I think that's where we started. So, you know, it'd been nice if I didn't, you know, get shuffled to the rear, you know, getting bumped and stuff. I would have liked to seen if I could have finished in the top 10 somewhere. So let's see what happened on the replay. But still, at least I finished, you know, back up where I was. So, all right. I knew it was 3 wide there. Okay, I missed it. So let's go back. I see it. See that? He came right down on me. That Ferrari just drove right down into me. I mean, I was right there. I'm on the inside. I mean, I'm half over the curbing. I mean, look at that. I mean, he had all kinds of room. So obviously he didn't know I was there. But yeah, I mean, I was still in bounds, but barely. That's about as deep as you're gonna go. But then he just come all the way down. I mean, you would have thought you would have seen me on the radar, but I mean, look at all this room. See, that really messed me up because that just knocked me sideways, and then I got just destroyed after that, all the way to the back. I mean, I cut the track a little bit there. I just didn't want to get hit. And then I got behind these guys, and good battle, but they were, you know, very much let everybody else get away. I mean, I didn't have a clean lap forever. I mean, probably almost a third through the race before I had a clean lap. So this is the way it goes. It was okay, though. It was a decent race. I mean, I think the setup itself, I think it's really good. I still think I really like the setup. It was consistent. You know, I never did look at the damage to see how much damage I had either. I know I had decent amount of damage probably. But yeah, I mean, I was happy it was holding the pace all the way through. You know, and as far as straightaway, it was pretty much keeping up with everybody else. Yeah, I mean, I did a couple bad moves. You know, there at the trying to pass that AMG at the end, and another time when I was with the Porsche, I think he was braking so early I wasn't expecting it, and I just had to dive bomb him because I didn't want to hit him. So that was my bad, though. That was my fault. I should have not. Until I seen what was going on, I shouldn't have braked so late. So I mean, I made the corner okay, but it's just that he was braking super early. So a good race. Nonetheless, I'm still happy with the race. So let's go check out LFM and see what the damage is. Oh, somebody texted me or something. Yeah, I think I was the guy in the Ferrari in the beginning. So it happens. So like I said, we finished 12th. That's where we started, was 12th. So we fought to get back to our original spot. 18 incident points, though. That wasn't good. We didn't hardly gain anything. Gained safety rating. That was pretty good. Gained 0.77 or 7.7. That's what it is. 7.7. And then we gained 14 on our ELO. So not a big gain, very little. But, you know, I still think that I could have had a good race up here somewhere. I still think I had a chance to finish in the top 10. You see these guys are running around the same pace I was. So, and the thing is, it was really consistent. I mean, I was running the same pace, even with the damage and even with the near the end, it was running. I could tell it was falling off that last lap or two, but it was still, it was holding its own pretty good through the whole thing. So, really happy through that. So let's see. I don't want to erase everything out. Let me just close this window. There we go. Don't want to erase everything. So now I was gonna go ahead and work on the McLaren now, because I had somebody that asked for that at Zolder. Asked for some help for setup. I don't even have nothing there. I don't have any setup there for Zolder or nothing. So pretty much got to start from scratch. I haven't even driven the McLaren in a while. So see, got nothing, zero, nothing's there. So let's throw the aggressive on it. Pump up the pressures a little bit.
The track temp is 30. The air temp is 25 Celsius.
Don't need crew chief. Sometimes I like listening to him just to have something listening to, but I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to it. There we go. Got telemetry going. And everything else will just leave the way it is. Well, I got to change this. I know that. So it's change just to get it all kosher, so to speak, as far as just how for steering and things like that. But I won't change anything else. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. So now I gotta do my wheel to see what's going on with the wheel. As you can see how far it's, look at that. I got my wheel turned 180 degrees and it's only turned about 90 degrees. So yeah, big difference. It's the only thing I miss about Fanatec was this, but that's the way it goes. There we go. Now we're good. Now we just got to sit there and see what we can do for the rest here, as far as see what the aggressive is. Anybody else like Zolder? I love Zolder. Zolder's one of my favorite short little tracks. Actually, even right now I can tell it doesn't feel too bad. See how it is over these bumps. Anybody drive the McLaren? This thing is so fast. You can just tell it's fast. Rotate a little bit more. Doesn't do good on the slow turns though. That's one thing. The rear end feels a little disconnected. That's just the way the McLaren is. TC2 definitely needs to be turned down. That's better. Dang it. Tires are way off. Not too bad, really. The standard setups are a lot better than what they used to be. Oh yeah, it handles better than the Porsche. I think the grip level, you could tell the grip It's in everywhere. I mean, you can run low downforce and have still got good grip, and it's just kind of, reminds me of the Lamborghini. It's the same way. So I hope you check out let me know about my, if it's okay, if you like it, my track guide for Mount Panorama. That should be coming out probably pretty soon. Let's see, we got 4 there. Shoot, about 7 there. And about 8 there. And about 7 there. Oh. But yeah, I mean, this really, his setup is not too bad. I mean, be honest with you, I don't think it's, again, I always turn the steering ratio down. I almost do that on every vehicle. It's just to turn faster. I don't like turning the wheel a lot to get input. It's because it messes you up. What it does is you're turning and you think you're understeering, but you're not. It's just taking that long for the car to react. So again, I don't want to turn the wheel any more than 90 degrees, and that's max. I'm more like half of that. I like very small inputs, and the car reacts instead of having to turn the wheel a lot. Some of it's just me because I got bad shoulders, and it really starts hurting when you got to turn a lot. But turn that down. TC2 doesn't need to be that high. All right. Now we got the correct pressures. I definitely like this a lot better than the regular 720, but it's been like that with everything. I mean, the Audis outweigh. I mean, every time they've come out with another version, I've liked it even more. They've definitely, improved upon it. What the weaknesses were. Yeah, see, if you brake too late with it, it doesn't like it. Plus, I know the tires are cold, but it just doesn't like the slow corners. You're better off just to brake, not do a late braking type thing. That's what I'm talking about. I wish the Porsche felt this way as far as just the grip. This thing, it feels like this thing's got all kinds of grip. Hitting the limiter for some reason, or not the limiter, but the traction control. It's hitting the TC. Turning things down a little bit to see if it helps it. That's how fast this thing is. It just right out of the box. It's decent. Tires look perfect. That's a good time for me. You know, with race fuel load, it's not bad. I mean, it's not my personal best, but I mean, it's not bad. Man, I wish this thing handled. I wish the Porsche handled like this McLaren. I mean, even close, as far as just the feel and the grip. I mean, that's what the Porsche used to feel like, but now it just feels numb. It feels like it has less grip than pretty much almost everything. I mean, as far as the newer cars. But yeah, I mean, that's not bad at all. I mean, it has a little bit of, or it could rotate a little bit more. You know, it just has a little bit of understeer through the middle corner off. But really, it's not that bad. I mean, a little bit less here. Let me see what the wear's good. Wear looks good there. Wear looks good there. Let's see what Motec says. I dialed the brake bias down. It needs a little bit more brake bias for braking. And add a little bit of roll bar to see if that will help with rotation. But really, it's... see what the Motec tells us. Hit properties, change the graph a little bit. Let's see if that's good enough. Yeah. So as you can tell, and I still say that they now on when they come out with a new car, and I'm talking about Kunos, I think they get it a lot closer. I mean, these things were not even remotely close when they had their standard setups before, but now it seems like they come out and they're just a lot better than they used to be. I mean, these are close. I mean, you could probably take some of the rebound out there and add a little bit of fast to get this graph a little bit better. And really here, it's just this. This is actually looks pretty good. Probably take some of the bump out. Right, take this out to try to drop this down. This looks good up here. If anything, you could go up a little bit, but I mean, need to get this to drop. See everything else. These are just, yeah, not a lot you can do with those, but always the rear ends always look a little bit messed up on some cars. You can drop it some. This is all jagged. Let's change the back to oh, whoops. There. Yeah, you can see this, how high this is. Cut that down a little, see if we can get a little bit better here. Same with here. I'll try that. See if it's any better. But really, the balance seems pretty good. I mean, I hate to get some more caster. Not a lot, just a little. I'm not going to max it out or anything because you don't need it here. I would just add a little bit more. Oh, this looks good. Let's look at the last lap. Yeah, it looks really good going through there. Good speed. even handles that a little pretty good. I still don't like how it takes the bump though. I mean, it still took it pretty hard. You see, you see how that, see the rear end, how it jumps? Not near as bad as the Porsche. But yeah, Porsche, it comes off the ground. The back end, when it hits that, the whole back end comes right up off the ground. But yeah, I mean, every time you had a setup, I mean, pretty much out the negative cameras were always maxed out. I mean, that's the way it used to be when it, you know, for a long time with all the other cars. But now you could tell that they got, you know, they don't do that. They have to be dialing it in better because you can just tell. I can tell it's nothing compared to what it used to be when they come out with the standard setups. Of course, the McLaren's good anyway, so it's not like the car's, you know, some ill handling thing. I mean, it's already a good car anyway. But oh shoot, I forgot to turn the TC down. Gotta do that. Don't feel bad. See if the TC is, once the tires warm up. Tell the tires are cold. just barely missed it. It goes through there pretty good for how hard I'm going through there. I'm gonna try one thing. See, let's go down. Just do that one time. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. I'm just curious to see if it will be too oversteery. Or what? Yeah, this car's got so much downforce compared to, like, you know, an AMG or an Audi where you're running, you know, wing is maxed out and you still don't really have enough. This thing has got it in spare. Doesn't feel bad. Tires still aren't up to pressure. Close, but probably maybe be better to keep the 10 wing and just go up maybe a little bit in the rear end to get the car to turn. Doing up one more lap. See if we can get a proper lap. there. That felt pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can do one good lap. That's not the answer. I think what it's doing is it's wearing the rear tires faster. So I think that's what it's doing. So you'd be better off to do that. And then just raise the rear one to help it out. The turn-in part. I mean, it handles the bumps, so I thought really pretty good. The tires don't look that bad, but I don't know. It must be slipping somewhere. Let's turn that down. Let's check Motec again. You know, I didn't really do a good lap, though. So I don't know. Now, see, that looks better. I mean, at least it's got a better shape to it here. I think it does. So, I'll go down some more. It's got a better ramp to it. Okay. So again, I think that looks better. And it still needs to come, this needs to come down. That needs to come down. Okay. Again, should be closer. See what it does. I'd rather have more grip than not enough. I mean, even if you get a fast lap, then later on you're struggling, that's no good. So, as you can see, like when I raced we did the LFM race. I mean, the car was still good at the end, where some other guys were struggling. I mean, that's the thing. I like to have a setup that holds its own through a race, even if I'm giving up a little bit, because you're going to gain it way back and more. Fast lap don't mean squat other than qualifying. Feels like it's turning in better. So hopefully it's not too much. That's good for tires that are not, you know, fully in yet. Hopefully Brandon will like the new setup for the Porsche, for the COTA, and everybody else. Better. Everybody likes it though. It's a lot easier car to drive. I mean, it doesn't. You don't got to drive the wheels off the thing or anything. to drive it in there a little bit harder that time to see what it would do. About the same time. No, we didn't make big changes, just small ones. Look at Motec one more time. I think it's good for a base setup. I mean, really, it's just a few little tweaks here and there. I mean, it's the standard setup is that good. Again, we'll look over Motec to see if there's any changes. Oh yeah, keeps getting better. And the graph just gets a little better and better. I mean, again, it can come down in a few places, but I mean, it's not bad. And this is, you know, still gobbly here, but I mean, compared to what it was in the beginning, I mean, back up here when we first started, I mean, yeah, there's some pretty big differences, front and rear. So again, I mean, the graph is a lot more linear than what it was. But we're going to do some more changes just to fine tune it some more. Again, I think I think it needs to come down. So again, sometimes you start going faster and faster, it makes things change. Yeah, let's just knock it down a little bit back to where it was. Knock that down just a couple. Again, small changes. Here is just where it needs to come down. It's still too high on the bump on both sides, on both of them. I think actually it's, yeah. There, pretty good jump. Get the top number down. Get this down where it's all more linear. And then of course here it's just, you know, you're just trying to improve upon it. It's always going to be never going to be a perfect type graph. Still think it needs to come down some more. That's over 50. That's like 50. We'll just bring it down a little bit more. There we go. All right, do that. Again, something to start with. Definitely more to be had. I almost like to try to max the wing out, but I mean, I don't think it needs it. I'd be very surprised if if it really gained anything. So it's really probably more other fine tuning here and there that would actually probably help. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's look at the last lap, which was about equal to our fast. Some of it might just be me getting tired. Oh. Again, if you're the driver and you're not fully energized, you make up a lot of time with the car. I mean, because you just don't have the energy. The most important part, guy behind the wheel. Maybe one more click on the sway bar would be, I'd like to get the thing about the mid corner off to just rotate a little bit more, but not overdo it either. So, sometimes it does get a little oversteery on certain things. So it goes good through here, man. I mean, you can attack this thing really hard. And here too, I mean, you want to be able to be pinned and not go off in the grass, which is better than it was. But I mean, again, it was just small adjustments. It wasn't that far off. So any comments, if anybody, let me know if y'all like the streams. I mean, if you like doing the races, doing a race in the stream or something, or I mean, I don't know what y'all prefer. Or if there's other things you'd rather be doing, comparing cars or just working on setups or all kinds of other things. Again, just let me know. I appreciate any like or subscribe or anything else. It would really help the channel. So I appreciate if you do that for the streams also. And let's go over the setup. Again, this is really just roughed in. I mean, not roughed in, but it's just really a warmed over aggressive, to be honest. I mean, I've changed a few things, but it's not drastic. Things that you can try. Again, I got 25.4 left front, 25.2 left rear, 26.3 right front, 26 right rear. Toes negative 0.13 on the front with the camber at negative 3.8 and the caster at 12.1. And the toe on the rear is a positive 0.1 with the camber at negative 3.3. Really here, you could maybe, again, maybe go up to 3.4. You could try that. That might help this a teeny bit more rotation. And because it's so close, especially on that fast right-hander where you're going down that only little straightaway there, the back straightaway. I mean, it could be just a little freer there. The only thing that concerns me is that if the rear tires wear a little bit, which the McLaren is known for, it will free up a little bit. And if that's the case, then you don't want it anymore. So again, just something you have to tinker with depending upon your driving style. Electronics, I got 3, 2, and 2. Again, you can move these to whatever you think as far as, if you want to put this back up to 3, that's fine. Of course, number 1 brake pad, 55 liters. Anti-roll bar 5. Brake bias is 54. Steering, again, all the way down. Springs are 182,000 with a bump stop rate of 1,000 and a bump stop range of 5. And on the rear, the springs are 167,000 with a bump stop rate of 500 and a bump stop range of 20. Anti-roll bar 4, preload is 60. Again, a few little tweaks here and there here. Springs are all the same. Bump stop rates are the same. So, I mean, just did a few little things here and there, but nothing drastic. Shocks, got 17, 17, 12, and 30, and 7, 11, 10, and 12. So, again, I think that will, again, pretty big adjustments here on the shocks, but that's about it. Aero all the way down in the front, 71 in the rear with a 10 wing. and a 4 and a 4 in the brake ducts, and the front aero variation is a 9.2. Sorry about sinuses. Again, the only thing we changed is the ride height on the rear. So, I mean, again, this is really just a warmed over aggressive. I mean, it's really good actually. But again, just little tweaks here and there to try to make it a little bit better. And I sure hope everybody enjoyed the stream today. And please look out for my other videos. Should be coming out really soon. If you want to look at that, as far as somebody wanted some help with Mount Panorama with the Huracan EVO 2, and I try to do a track guide. I try to be as detailed as I could be to help with brake markers, turning points, just everything. Things, what gear to be in, well, at least for the McLaren and some other cars. So, or not McLaren, I mean the Huracan. But again, I try to be as detailed as I could, and also did a new setup for it, which I think is a lot better. Again, a really good improvement for the EVO 2. It made me miss driving it a little bit. I mean, it really rails over the mountain, and I was really happy with the time for me. So again, of course, like all my setups are all free. Of course, links to all that, the links to the setups we did here on the stream will be down in the description. I'll have that up there later. And again, I really appreciate it. Any feedback or comments are really appreciated. What y'all like. If you like to have a race, or you can, good or bad or whichever, you can take it or leave it, or if you just whatever. If you just like me comparing cars or doing setups, anything is, again, I just try to go wherever, I know we had a few requests for the McLaren and the Porsche, so I just figured it'd be good to do a stream and just get those taken care of. So I hope y'all enjoy those a little bit more than they were. Now, especially the Porsche, I think it was, I ran my personal best with it, so I think that was a pretty good gain. But again, and you saw, put it to the test, putting it at the LFM race, which again, I think it was really happy, even though I had some damage. I think the car held its own all the way through to the checkered flag, and didn't fall off. I think it held its own. So and that's what I like. I like to see that in the setup. I mean, a little fall off is fine, but I don't like to see it where you can't even, you're just basically trying to hang on and stay on the track. So again, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Like would be great. And again, I hope you see on my Discord. I monitor that all the time also. So any questions you can put over there or here, either way. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day and upcoming weekend. And I hope you check out my race at Kyalami. That'll probably be out Sunday. That'll be my league race. And we'll see you next time.